Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 4 of Brownie Studios. We're your hosts, Manil and Diaa. Last episode, we discussed the subreddit Tifu, which is...
Today I fucked up. We spoke about people's fishes exploding and creepy neighbors being creepy.
Yeah, check out the last podcast to see what we're talking about. This week, we're going to be doing the subreddit TrueOffMyChest. This is a subreddit that I didn't know about personally. Manu introduced it to me. He's very excited about this one, actually. So I've got a few saved already, if you want to get started.
Should we explain what TrueOffMyChest is?
I actually don't know properly.
Okay, so it's basically people that... What do? They just talk about things that are on their mind, but they can't speak about them with people that they know.
So kind of like, am I the asshole? You know?
No, but this time they know. They're like certain about what's going on with them. They just can't talk about it with people.
Oh, it's know. Like a last confession kind of thing, like deathbed confessions.
I guess so, yeah.
Almost, but like it's not deathbed.
So just a confession.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's true.
Yeah, that's good then.
So, 6 years ago, I switched my wife's cat with a more well-behaved lookalike.
Okay.
6 years ago, I swapped my then girlfriend's now wife's cat with a well-behaved lookalike. She had an all-black cat that was extremely aggressive. It scratched everyone, hissed at everyone, and didn't use its litter box half the time.
Okay.
My wife insisted she could get it to behave better. One week, she went uptown to visit her family, and I was supposed to be going to her apartment and feed it. The first night I went over, it scratched the shit out of my arm. I joked to the cat that it's not special and I'll replace it if it scratches me again.
Oh my god.
The joke stuck with me until I had thought about it enough that it wasn't a joke.
Poor thing.
The next morning, I went to the local animal shelter, found an identical cat who was already litter box trained and acclimated to people, but was a little skittish. Its owner died of a heart attack, and the animal shelter people said they think that's why it was skittish.
Aww.
But overall, it was a lot friendlier and better behaved, and the skittishness would help it. But overall, it was a lot friendlier and better behaved, and the skittishness would help it resemble the original cat.
Okay, yeah.
So I adopted it, took it to my wife's apartment, settled it in, and then drove her original cat to an animal shelter a town over. I was paranoid my wife would find it out if I took it to a local one. It's been 6 years since then. We got married 4 years ago. We still have the swap cat. In answers to the original cat's name, my wife knows nothing. She loves this cat and brags about how much better behaved it is. Every time I see it, I feel like a total piece of shit. Edit. For people saying the other cat was likely euthanized by the shelter, I just double checked, and the shelter I dropped it off at was and still is a no-kill shelter.
Aww.
That's bad.
That's bad, but also the fact that the girlfriend didn't even fucking realize.
The one thing that really pissed me off about this whole story is that he kept calling the cat an it.
I mean, it seems like he doesn't have much sentiment towards cats, so it kind of goes with his character.
Yeah,
you know?
True.
Like, but that is so peak. I'd be so upset if someone gave up Beerus.
Or Sprite.
Or Sprite. I didn't think anyone would ever take Sprite, but like...
So Beerus and Sprite are our cats? I don't know what Diaa has against Sprite today.
Here's a picture of yeah, like, that is so peak. Oh, man. The only thing is, like, how does the wife not even know?
Right? Like, surely if your cat is drastically changed over the course of a week, you realize. Should we look at the comments?
Poor thing. I mean, wait, before I look at the comments, I want to say that if the cat was so misbehaved there, that means they didn't care for the cat. So it's almost like a positive thing that the cat found its second home, and he's probably not that aggressive anymore.
This is true.
So it's probably for the cat's
benefit
that this happened, although he was a jackass for doing this.
I'd agree. Let's look at the comments.
I was thinking that as I was like, 'cause as soon as it said no kill shelter, I was like, yeah, probably better than.
So the first comment is, what episode of Seinfeld is this?
I've not seen that.
Neither have I. I swear I saw a post a couple years ago on relationship advice about a woman who swore her husband swapped her cat out while she was away. It's so odd to read this one. Lamau.
That's so weird. Maybe a lot of guys do this. I guess if you didn't physically go and adopt a cat, you don't have any sentiment towards it.
Yeah, true.
Like, if you've not been there from the get-go.
No. Yeah, I feel like you can still become friendly with a cat after it's been adopted.
Yeah, you can. But what I meant to say, like, he obviously didn't care much about the cat. And more than, like, he didn't care, like, think twice before, like, oh, yeah, let me.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, if I did that every time Beerus scratched me, we'd have, like, so many new cats all the time.
Same. And every time it's right, pisses us off.
I mean, I do get his frustration, though, because not having a litter-trained cat is so hard.
Yeah.
Remember how hard it was?
Yeah, it was very frustrating.
So I kind of get his frustration, but then, like, it also shows that he's not. They don't have kids, do they?
Doesn't mention kids at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not, like, ready to be a responsible adult. So we're just gonna. I found one finally that Manil hasn't read, and as a parent, I know full well that you can't pause an online game. That's why I give you clear instructions on how much time you have left. It's your job to plan accordingly. I'll probably get downvoted to hell for this, but it's the truth. I always give my kids updates on how long they have left. For example, dinner's ready in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. If you just started a 15-minute match knowing full well you have to stop in 5 minutes, it's your own damn fault. I gave you a deadline. When it's over, you shut your game. True. Edit. Holy crap. I guess that was it. So there's an edit. Holy crap, I just woke up and saw this exploded overnight. Thank you for the replies, the awards, and the multiple death threats I've received.
Oh my god.
What?
Why would Reddit be sending in death threats?
I don't even know.
Death.
Couple of things since I can't answer anyone. I'm a dad. A lot of people assumed I was a mum.
I also assumed she was a mum. He was a mum.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No worries, he said. 2, this is something that has been discussed with my kids beforehand. We've talked about the importance of time management and how this ties into it. 3, dinner is always around the same time. Bedtime is always around the same time. If dinner is in about 45 minutes and you play a game that can last up to 2 hours, then you probably should play something else at the moment. Although my kids don't mostly play long games you mentioned, no Smith, no League of Legends, mostly Fortnite and Overwatch. I guess, like, Overwatch, depending on the match, it can be long.
How long?
Like, I think the longest match I've ever played, like, of League of Legends is about, like, half an hour to 45 minutes. But it can be as quick as, like, 15 minutes as well.
Okay.
So because it depends on who's playing.
Yeah.
always different people. And it's at number 4 again, death threats. Some of you guys need to chill.
I agree with that.
I fully agree with him. Like, he seems like, he knows that you can't pause online games. So he's giving all these notices, and if his kids are still not listening, then the kids are dickhead.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, also he's really helping the kids get the discipline that they need.
Yeah. Time management is such a great skill. I don't know. There didn't really seem much to go about that one.
I mean, for me personally, I feel like my childhood was very similar. Like, dinner was at a set time, bedtime was at a set time, wake up was also at a set time. And that has really helped me, like, live my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It helped.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, like, you could find ways to, like, be like, oh, I can do this at this time, but I need to be home for this time because it's dinner time.
Mm.
Unless you're like, I'm having dinner outside, then you have to just let them know. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
exactly.
But this is like the fact that they're at home, and the kids are not even like coming down.
That also must be so frustrating for the dad. Like, imagine preparing this whole meal for your family, and then no one comes down because they're playing video games.
Dad or mom, you know.
That's the dad.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
In this situation, it's dad, but I get what you mean. It could be anyone, yeah.
Yeah.
I think my dad might have killed someone when I was a kid.
Damn.
Rough.
Go on then.
One night when I, 36F, was about 8 or 9 years old, in the mid-90s, my father took my little brother and I out to Blockbuster to pick out some movies.
Blockbuster.
Am I boring you?
No, I'm just tired. Blockbuster, bro.
We left
so
there.
Old. Okay.
I mean, what? Blockbuster closed down like what? 2005, 6, 7?
I don't know. I remember going there once, like in 2005.
I went there once. I wanted the game, but my parents didn't get it for me.
I don't even know what it was.
I got it for my birthday in the end.
But there was always a HMV.
Mm.
Don't know if they sold games.
They did.
Sold games. Okay, bye.
We left there and my dad stopped. Wait, pick out movies, right?
Yeah.
We left there and my dad stopped at a corner store for some snacks and he parked on the side of the building. He left me and my brother in the car while he ran in. On his way out, a man came up behind him with something held up to his side. My dad pretended he was going to hand the man his wallet, but instead he elbowed the man in the face and he fell to the ground. The guy got up and came at my dad with a knife, and my dad fought it away from him and stabbed him with it. It was long and that shit went all the way in. The guy let out this horrible groan. I can still hear it. He left the guy on the floor writhing, hopped in the car and took off. For so many years, I thought this was a dream until my little brother mentioned it to me when asking if I remembered.
Oh, wow.
We never brought this up to my father, ever. I've always wondered what happened to that guy, but this was way before cell phones and stuff, so who knows? Mm-hmm. It's crazy the weight that comes off someone when they say things they've always been holding in.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. The camera was being a bit weird, so we had to re-record everything. Well, just the comments bit, really, which we haven't really gone through properly. So, do you want to restart a bit?
Yes, so should I go through the comments?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so the first comment says, sounds like your dad made a decision that he was going home with his kids last night. And the second comment says, and his wallet.
Yeah.
And then the third one says, I have known about people handing their wallets and still getting hurt.
Sure. Wait, what happened?
So someone...
What are you reading?
I'm just reading an edit. He said, so the third comment said, edit. I hope OP sees this part of the thread. Criminals are sometimes rabidly violent. Your father saved his own life, hurting the robber. Sometimes the world is unfair.
Yeah. But why does he hope OP sees this? That
OP,
his dad was lucky, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
OP must be feeling like all sorts of emotions.
That he must have killed someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Or the dad.
If the dad didn't do that, then the dad would have been dead, and the OP wouldn't be where he is today. So that's another one. Sad.
Oh, here's a fun one. Well, not a fun one, but an interesting comment. One culture shock my mom experienced when moving to the States back in the 70s and 80s was when friends there advised her to get a well-used wallet from a second-hand store and keep a few bills in it. Mm-hmm. It was so foreign to her to need a DK wallet in case of robbery because there it was actually a life or death scenario.
Whoa.
And especially the many tips that followed of old used wallet so the robber thinks that is your main one. Mm-hmm. And bills placed a bit scatteredly so it is very visible that there are several when handing it over.
Yeah.
All this to maybe improve your chances of maybe pleasing a desperate robber at any freaking time of day. Yet still risking your life despite it all.
Imagine you got robbed twice a day. Like that twice in one day.
Oof.
Your fucking fake wallet goes and your real one.
That is rough.
My husband told another woman that he loved her.
Nope. That's bad.
My husband is a great guy, puts his family first. He has only loved 2 women in his life, her and me. I know he loves her. We've been married for over 20 years and has never strayed. His ex is dying. She has days left. She asked to see him as they were each other's first loves. He went to see her, talked about the 80s, held her hand, hugged her, and told her that he always loved her. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with that.
Did they repeat it on the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's an edit saying, I'm quite friendly with her daughter. It was her who reached out to me. Her husband is a great guy. He shook my husband's hand. They talked about the 80s, laughed a lot. Edit 2. Please stop giving me awards. He's the hero. He made soup last night. Lentil and tomato and veggie curry. We're going to drop some off later. And yes, I stand by my post history. The way I stand by my husband. What does that mean?
What's in her post history? So if you just click on her name,
Yeah.
you'll see like her post history.
Let's see. Post karma?
Go down, scroll down.
That's it. What?
What?
This woman's crazy.
Okay, explain.
Okay, so there's like, I'm thinking about getting an OnlyFans subscription of his favorite porn star for my husband for Valentine's. I'm just going to pay for 1 month. Is this a good idea? Is it easy to subscribe and leave? Thanks in advance.
Oh my goodness.
And then she's just said that in different groups.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's mad. Is there anything else of interest? Or maybe that's the thing that she was talking about in her post history that she stands behind. Or by, whatever she said.
This is... What?
What?
I don't think we need to have one love in our lifetime. I think they will be different types of love. Some loves are different from others. See, okay, now that I can get behind. Like maybe he loved her in like a friend way or like best friend way. But for him to get married to another, I don't know. It just seems a bit odd to me. You know? Like you can't love someone and then marry someone else and then also like watch porn all the time.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe and share with your family. For more information on what we discussed today and to see our socials, please check the description below. And until next time, keep it real.